Hey, what's up guys, it's Claudio here and we are back. We're back to racing criteriums. This is the Pickle Juice 3-4 race. And we're starting off with a neutral lap. Of course, it takes me forever to clip in. And it's okay. I lined up at the front. Now I'm, 10 places back. No big deal. Check out the temperature, 102 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, we were cooking. It was extremely hot, still dehydrated from it. And here are my stats for those of you who don't know. I'm age 37, 155 pounds. My FTP is around 276, almost 4 watts per kilo. Max heart rate is around 192. And I'm training on Trainer Road. I just finished their high volume general build. And I'm gonna be starting the rolling race. The rolling race specialty phase, because I want to do some of these longer road races. So I'm hoping that it's going to help also with criterium racing, even though it's not the same, but it's still pretty surgy as far as what I can see on their training on the specialty phase. So sustained power plus surgy type of output. And this is the first race, the first crit back since, what is it, March? February, March? So I really, my bike handling skills are like, super rusty. And that was the thing that I was the most nervous about. I knew that it was going to take me a good 5 to 10 laps to figure it out again. And that's exactly what happened. You're going to see in the first few laps, it's going to be so cringe. I apologize. Really cringy stuff, but at least, it was relatively safe. You guys follow me on Instagram. If you don't already, I post all my workouts. It's good to follow along and see what I'm up to. Claudio_Fierro, that's my middle name. And also, tell me in the comments if you want me to live stream the next race. Next Saturday, this Saturday, I might live stream it because my GoPro can do that. Let me know if you're interested and you'd be into watching it. Here it is, the first lap. We are in the race. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm scared. I'm like, okay, it's fine so far. I'm not in the front. I don't want to eat the wind. And people are not surging yet. We're still like 22 miles an hour, so it's no big deal. But we're getting faster. And now I'm gonna see what it's like to take this corner. I didn't even take a practice lap. Let's see. Of course, as expected, I totally botched that. There's a gap. And now I kind of screw this one up again. And now look at this huge gap. I mean, the guy's putting down power, but there's like, that's it. Done. Now I'm eating wind. This guy here, by the way, that guy won. That just surged up there. And these guys have power. They're closing down gaps, the whole race. And I realized that I need to do something now. So I'm putting down some power. I can't catch this guy. I'm not like really committed because I know the whole pack is behind me. I can grab one of the wheels coming up. But this sucks because I'm in the wind. I'm not sheltered. Already my heart rate is 180, which hurts. 180 BPM with a mask on. It's hard. It sucks. It's not good. Now people, they just surge with this power, and it's hard to catch on to the wheels. I mean, I got to really work here. And I'm huffing and puffing, and I get on a wheel, and I think, okay, fine. I'm kind of sheltered. But then here comes the corners again. Not bad, but still we're surging out of every corner, and I'm braking a lot. I remember the first 5 laps I was braking way too much. Like right there I braked and I took that corner kind of okay, whatever, but it's still, we're 25 miles an hour. And here's the hardest corner, and I'm sure that I braked because I got gapped, and now I have to surge. And I'm in the wind. So that's it. That killed my legs every time to do that. And look at the gap behind me. It's just, people are strung out because people don't know how to take those corners. They're probably doing the same mistakes as I am for the first 5 laps. Otherwise, there wouldn't be all these crazy gaps everywhere. So again, eating wind, I'm just doing so much unnecessary work. And it's just, it's a question of confidence on those corners. I'm blown up. I'm not totally dead, but I need to rest. I can't keep trying to surge on all these wheels, but I am. I'm doing a good job here, actually. I'm like hustling. I'm hustling to stay with this guy, and we brought the group back. So it's not terrible, but I'm already kind of wasted. And these corners are going to waste me even more. I'm staying back because I really don't want to brake. You know, we're coasting, and it's not bad. That was fine, you know, kind of. I realized after a few laps that you gotta look ahead. Don't look at the wheel right in front of you when you're turning. You gotta look like 5 wheels ahead. Look at your exit point, and it'll be much better. You'll lean your bike over and trust that you're not gonna flip over. And it's so scary because you're convinced. And look at this guy. Look at the power. Look at this. You know, like I'm not gonna do that. Man, that guy was putting out some watts. It just hurts to see that, but I mean, he has it. And that's what it takes to close that gap. It's really impressive what some of these people are doing. I mean, that's some crit racing fitness right there. If you can snap like that to close the gaps, I mean, you gotta have a sprint. Even if you're not a sprinter, you gotta have that kind of snap. And I definitely don't. I'm just trying to just grab wheels that are not going, you know, 10 miles an hour faster than what I am. Every time I see these, I know what you think, like, just grab those wheels. Man, it's not, when somebody's going that much faster, it's really hard. And when you're already like kind of spent, I know that group right there in front of me looks, you know, you can just grab it. You can't. I know. I was like, I need to rest. This sucks big time. I don't know how to ride my bike. Totally forgot. And you can't go on group rides and learn this stuff, really. I mean, you gotta race. You gotta take those corners. You gotta find some kind of, you know, a racing environment to practice. And then at the race, it's even harder because it's going consistently faster, and people are around you, and you don't know what they're gonna do. This is a 3-4, so you got some really strong riders, and you got some 4s that maybe are, you know, total beginners. At least almost. And I'm trying to get on. This is Jesse, and I know him. He's gonna have a steady power, and he's putting down some power. And I was like, you know, I gotta just grab his wheel, and I try. And this is like 10 feet that I can't close. I'm just like, I'm hoping he's gonna slow down, and I can't close it. This is the worst feeling when you can't close like a 10-foot gap, then it turns into 20 feet, and you're just eating wind. You're like, damn. I'm at 182, 183, and I'm not looking at my Garmin, but just looking back at the data, this hurts. Like, I can't really do a whole lot. And my mask was bothering me at this kind of effort. I mean, it was okay. It's doable. Riding with a mask is doable. But I remember there were at some point I really wanted to rip it off. It was hot and sticky and just, you know, it's not comfortable. So basically, here we are. I'm kind of learning these corners. You gotta almost put your chin down to your handlebar, and it really helps. Like, get really aero and then lean over. I started figuring that out, but still that corner was sketchy. And then pedaling up this, you know, people surge. You got to carry your momentum up this little hill. So I'm still not recovered. I'm still not even close to being recovered. I'm trying to just find a group to recover, and this is the little group that I end up riding with. And I need to bring my heart rate down because I'm like totally blown apart by all those gaps that I let open. Let's see what else. So strong riders here, a lot of like teenage looking kids, strong as hell. And then, you know, people in their 20s and 30s and maybe 40s were in here. But it's cool to race with all kinds of age groups. It's just fun. I like it. It's challenging, and you get to see, you're inspired by, you know, people that really spend a lot of time doing this. I'm just watching. I'm watching along, and I'm seeing what I need to do next time. That corner, there's like really like the right way to do it to keep your momentum. And I'm figuring it out as I go here, watching along. But I'm recovered now. I'm at 170 BPM. That's fine. That's like I can be okay there. But we're not going that fast. And the front group was okay. We got caught. I skipped ahead. We got caught by the front group, and look how much faster they're going. Like 2 to 3 miles per hour faster. And the thing about when you get caught is I think in some races you can get back in, but also you got to be respectful not to get in the way, really, because you're one lap down and like you don't really matter anymore. And they tally you up. They try to keep track of who got lapped. So then on the final reading of the scores, it says you're minus 1 lap or 1 lap down. Because you can't sprint. You shouldn't try to sprint with the group that lapped you, right? But you can hop back in and hang out. So that's what I was doing. I was letting everybody pass me because I wanted to be, you know, not a total jerk. And I wanted to sit in the group and at least get some group riding, you know, activity here. It's so boring to be riding by yourself or with 1 or 2 people. And it's nice to get a taste of what like the group, like what the front group is doing, so you know what to expect. Let's see how I take this corner. Not terrible. I mean, still, it's like you see everybody's kind of sketched out by it. And this is really like a single file line. There's like one good line, and then everyone else is just like freaking out. And I put some power down because I want to already gaps opening up. And I think these are from the dropped riders that were in my group. You know, we're trying to ride with the front group, but we don't have. We got dropped because we can't take that corner. In the front group, they know this really comes down to that skill, the cornering skill. I don't think my fitness is an issue here. It's really the lack of ability. That's it, of technical ability, and that just takes time. I think, you know, if you're racing every weekend, you'll get it. You can go out into parking lots and do drills. I have not been doing that. I should do that, but I just, you know, I'm gonna jump in there and figure it out as I go. It's not like I don't think I was being unsafe, so I'm not causing any danger. But I'm sucking. I'm sucking at the corners. Let's see what the group is doing here on these corners. Okay, we're not going very fast, so it's no big deal. My heart rate is totally recovered now. But what happens is when they start surging, and you can't take the corners, boom, you're out. Okay, whatever. It's still kind of chill. And here, this is just, again, the single line. There's one line, one good line somewhere in there. And then you gotta grab the wheel and you gotta put some power down. Single file. And look behind me, there's a gap. It's just every time, gaps. This is what cooks people. Already, huge gap in front of us. And this is where you need that sprint power to close that down. You need like a 5-second snap to like 1,000 watts, maybe 1,100. And I haven't been training sprint since like February. I did a video on that. I did some training. And it's cool. It's cool when you have that power. But I don't have it right now. I have some decent threshold and some VO2 max intervals that, you know, kept me in the race this far, but otherwise I would have been dropped a million years ago, like hard, like not even hanging out with that small group that I was with. So we're back with the group, and you're gonna see that I'm gonna get dropped again. And we're gonna see why. Again, it's just to the corners. This was okay. I'm not really on that guy's wheel, but already gaps. And I just gotta lean it. I probably would brake there. It's so annoying to watch, because you get gapped. Look at this huge gap. Anyways, it's like the same thing. Gap opens, and then you gotta put power down, and then you're screwed. It's the whole race was like this. It's my first race back, so whatever. You know, I'm learning the course, but it shouldn't take me this long. It shouldn't take me a whole race. It should take me like one lap, and then boom, you got it. Again, we're all rusty. I'm rusty as hell in crit racing right now, so I'm not like totally disappointed. But next week, same race. I'll be back. I'll be excited to really go in there with some confidence. And look at these attacks. Bam! I mean, these guys, they're racing. They're doing a good job racing. They're attacking. And they are spitting people out the back, just like they should. And you gotta have that. You gotta be able to read the race. You gotta have that snap in your legs, or you're gonna get caught in the wind like this, and then it's game over. And I wonder what those guys, if this is their specialty, if it's like, if they really just all about. Ooh, I'm cringing watching me almost hit the curve. If they really. If they're all about crit racing, or if they're just like all-arounders into road races. Man, this guy's closing that gap again. He did it the other at the beginning. You know, what's up? What are these guys? What are they doing? What are they training? So I got gapped. I'm tired. It's hot. Cool down a little bit, but you know, people are getting popped, and I'm gonna make one big effort at some point. I remember I really go for it and to try to close this, and it's painful to watch. So while I'm trying to catch the group, I'm going to show you some of the workouts that I've been doing on Trainer Road. For example, this one here is this is one that I have this week. This is my VO2 max. This is 40 seconds on, like at 3:30 or 3:40, and then 20 seconds off. The whole thing is an hour and 15. So that's what I'm doing on Thursday. That's my intervals workout for this race. I'm starting the new specialty phase, and I have the ramp test on Tuesday. Wednesday I have an endurance ride, just like an hour and a half or something like that, endurance. Thursday I have that VO2 interval workout. Friday I have an endurance, and then Saturday I have the race. Sunday I'm supposed to have another intense workout. I don't know if I'll do it or if I'll do an endurance ride. So the thing about these races is that I'm just training through them. I'm not trying to peak. They're just another workout. If anything, I'll just take the day before off to recover a little bit instead of doing the endurance ride, depending how I'm feeling. But it's just another workout. I'm not peaking for this. I'm gonna go in there with whatever fatigue I have and then just deal with it. I am interested in the Green Mountain Stage Race, huge climbing race in September, early September. They announced just now that they're still working on it. They're not sure. So I'm just gonna pretend I'm training like I'm gonna do it. You know. Well, here's my effort. I finally catch them because they're not surging. So, anyways, Green Mountain Stage Race. That's in September. I'm training like I'm going to do that. It's got a criterium in it. It's got a time trial. It's got 2 road races. It's pretty cool. Epic stuff. I had a whole video on it. There's also a Grand Fondo in North Carolina in August. If the Green Mountain Stage Race doesn't work out, I might do a Grand Fondo, which is, as of right now, it's happening. It's 100 miles with time segments, and it's a whole thing. It's near where my mom lives, so that's why I'm interested in it. Other than that, hopefully some crits and other road races will open up, because we're all dying to get back in there and race. So I'm here. We got dropped again. It's just hard. You got to be on your toes to stay with the front group. I tried to get this guy to work, but he was burnt out. I tried to get him to close that down with me. But anyways, yeah. Next week I'm gonna try to live stream it. I'm gonna wear one of my GoPros on my chest, and I'm gonna see if I can live stream it. I need good reception on my cell phone, because it goes through my phone. It goes from the GoPro to my phone and then out into YouTube. I'm gonna try to do it on YouTube. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna do it on Facebook. And that should be cool if I can get that streaming. I'll let you guys know in the comments. I'll post another comment saying that, if it's gonna happen or whatever. It's at 3 p.m. So here we skipped ahead, and we caught, or they caught us actually. So it looks like they lapped us, and we're trying to. Somebody lapped us. Okay, here's the guy that won. Solo breakaway. This is the final lap, and he's burning. And this is it. This is the race. We just try to get it done. Good ride, a big learning experience for a lot of people. I can tell. People getting dropped, it's totally cool, whatever. Just go back the next week and do a little bit better. If you're afraid, you've never raced, just go out there and try it. Just like, you can't really train for this kind of stuff without actually doing it. It's really hard to just like somehow figure it out without racing. People are sprinting, but we're one lap down, so it doesn't really matter. And that's the end right there. Guys, thanks for watching. Follow me on Instagram. I'll see you guys later. Peace.